What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another lucky dip. And this is another one from Mikey. Hello, Luca. And this is a track by Goldfrapp, a group I've not heard of. This apparently comes from their second album, Black Cherry, 2003, and it's called Strict Machine. I like that phrase. I don't know about attention, but there's certainly a suggestion that machines can be something other than deterministic, but one which is strict would perhaps be more in the mode of just carrying out a series of functions and not necessarily feeling one way or another about it. Ultimately, this is the single mix, which Mikey mentioned has slightly enhanced sonics. He did mention in particular that he's fond of some of the background noises here, so I'll try to attune my ear to such things and see what I can catch. Luca, what is the plan? Are you going to sit? Are you going to move to the chair? Have you decided? She's still debating. So yes, as I said, this is the single mix of Strict Machine by Goldfrapp from their 2003 album Black Cherry. I'm going to make the decision for you in a moment, girl. You got to figure something out. Alright, well, I'm going to start the track. So yes, Goldfrapp, Strict Machine, single mix from Black Cherry. It's a brilliant tune. Sonically, there's so much going on. It just has this electromechanical weight and distortion and electrification. It really has an electric sound, which I thought almost immediately after it started that, humans, we are biological machines. We have different parts which perform functions, and of course those can have errors, but we also have self-repairing processes. So her saying, I believe that she's in love with a strict machine, and the with part, I wasn't sure if I was hearing that word correctly, but that's what it sounds like she's saying, which of course could be a reference to an actual person. Now, in the era of AI, and obviously this is 20 years ago, but already AI was very much a concept discussed. It was just less ubiquitous in actual business and culture and entertainment and technology. Nevertheless, it was certainly a concept that would not be unusual for something in the early 2000s. Nevertheless, if she is talking about a real person, then perhaps the strict character is that it's someone who, again, is rigid in one way or another, but still biological and thus still prone to irrationality. And I do think she said something about irrationality in the beginning, but in the moment I'm forgetting exactly what the phrase was. But I very much enjoy her vocals. She has vocals which have this elegance, but also a bit, it's like a siren song. You feel like you're being drawn into something that could be dangerous. So I enjoy that quality, which maybe even works especially if I'm hearing some of the themes correctly. Definitely, as I said, a lot of heavy bass distortion, and almost like there's clusters, or that it's building up and then breaking free, condensing and stretching. It feels like there's a lot of electromechanical intensity that's being wrangled with and wrought and otherwise filtered and distorted over the course of the track. Definitely some high synth keyboard lines as well. I especially enjoy when you get something that's very low and heavy and wicked, but you mix that with something that's transcendent and almost angelic, and some of the higher synth melodies seem to be a really nice contrast for the heavy mountain moving that was taking place at the bottom of the tune. So yeah, really dynamic, very electric. I'm not sure what you would call this, electronica, on the alternative end of the spectrum, maybe. So yeah, definitely something that appeals to my electronic techno oriented ears and brain. So yeah, definitely one that I enjoy. Ultimately, I'm curious to hear what people have to say. Mikey did mention there was a couple I think oohs and ahs that were in the background and maybe with effects on them and so on. There was a moment where I thought I heard one of them, but I don't know if that was correct. So ultimately, it's something I'm gonna have to listen to again and try to catch. But yeah, a really dynamic, very electric, and top shelf tune. Do let me know what you think. Shout out again to Mikey, and I will see you next time. Peace.